Hello, this is Mystic Rider, and welcome to another episode of CoasterFaQs Reacts, a series where we look at upcoming roller coasters, rides, and attractions. Now, for this episode, we are looking at the new Big Bear Mountain roller coaster coming to Dollywood. This coaster is actually an expansion of their Wildwood Grove section of their park, which I actually did a CoasterFaQs Reacts for a couple years back. This is now, as well as with the stats and stuff, it definitely has some fairly decent stats. Along with being a multi-launch roller coaster, it also features 3,990 foot, so just under 4,000 foot track. It goes 48 miles an hour, nothing special there. There's 66 foot tall, and trains can have a capacity of 20, and it actually has a pretty low height requirement of only 39 inches. Now, because of that height requirement, me and Andy, the Gemini Man, were discussing it, and we both know that because of that low height requirement, this is definitely going to be a family coaster. Or right off the bat, so yeah, this is not gonna be like a super intense roller coaster like a lot of people want to see come to Dollywood, because they really I haven't yet to go to Dollywood, but from what I've heard, Dollywood only has a handful of roller coasters that are actually intense. Which are the only intense ones I could think of right off the back of my head are Lightning Rod, Wild Eagle, and to a certain extent Tennessee Tornado. If I forgot any of their more intense roller coasters, leave a shout out in the comments. But the rest are either family or borderline family roller coasters, so they really do need another intense coaster. So they're gonna have to wait a little longer. But I think this would be a decent. But because it is a launch coaster, I have a funny feeling this is going to be something like a backlot stunt coaster at Kings Island, through the Cedar Fair chain, and which is a decent family coaster. It's more or less targeted towards kids, but it does have some more intense moments that are good. Even I still like it as an adult. But that thing, if I remember correctly, has a lot higher height requirement, so this thing's probably going to be a little more tamer than Backlot Stunt. But then again, Gravity Group roller coasters, a lot of them have a height requirement of 42 inches, and they're still fairly intense rides. So this thing could still be a fairly decent ride. Now, on that note, let's get into the video, the video is from ABC 11, and on that note, here we go. Okay, that starting off the year on a high note for the 2023 season, and this thing definitely looks pretty cool. I mean, it definitely how slow a lot of the transitions are. It's definitely not going to be a super intense roller coaster I kind of expected. Again, the height requirement of 39 inches does give away that it is going to be a more family oriented roller coaster. But it definitely looks like it's going to have some nice themed areas. It's going to have quite a few near misses, as well as just a nice. Another thing I forgot is to mention before the video was this thing is going to be built by Vekoma, which I don't have too much experience with their newer roller coasters. I already know their older, more rougher roller coasters. Although I heard their newer stuff is actually pretty good, so I'm pretty excited to see how this thing turns out. But back to but in terms of Big Bear Mountain itself, it definitely, even though there is, I wouldn't be too surprised on a lot of the turns that they were showing that you might get some laterals, but again, all the G's on that are going to be kept fairly low, but you could get a couple good pops of lateral G's that where you all of a sudden feel like you're being thrown to the side or something, or I suppose maybe the launches also could have some force. Looks like at least one or two of the launches does look like there is some force to it. Two of the launches does look like it has some force to it. So it's definitely going to be an interesting roller coaster to see. Is it going to be their best roller coaster, or are they going to be setting any world records with it? Absolutely not. But that being said, it definitely seems like it's a good addition to Dollywood, not to mention, well, the Wildwood Grove area in general, which this is kind of a, on that note, I did remember hearing back during Wildwood Grove that it was only that section was just only the start of a whole new expansion, and I'm pretty sure this is the later half of that expansion. Later part of that expansion, and there might be even more they're going to be adding to it in the future, because Dollywood is really oriented to kids and families. So it is definitely more. This coaster definitely fits that. What's the word I'm looking for? Basically their target audience. Their target audience. The people that they're trying to attract. It's definitely, but okay, I'm starting to ramble on. I don't really have too much of anything to really add on to it in terms of future. I just around what I said, summarize what I said. That this thing definitely looks like a really fun ride. It has some decent stats to it. Nothing spectacular though, but. Another thing I do really like how it does stay low to the ground though. I'm a bit, as well as it uses the natural terrain. I love terrain, absolutely love terrain coasters. Just because you stay low to the ground, but you also surprisingly can, if it's built right, you can get a fairly intense ride without needing to go super high off the ground. And it's just always is very neat to see a coaster flow with the natural terrain, which this thing definitely does. And so, again, back to the summary. This thing, it looks like a really tense roller coaster, nice natural terrain, and as well as is more family oriented. But I wouldn't be too surprised because it is a launch coaster. There might be some more intense moments, so. Definitely will be something good for the whole family to a certain extent. And on that note, this has been Mr. Grider, and I'll see you next time.